Do you want to know why you're going to absolutely love this? We're going to talk about it today because this is a tote bag you're going to want in your collection. Hey friend, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Abby. Today I wanted to bring you a review on a really great tote bag. If you've been looking for something with just functionality, comfort, all that good stuff, you're not gonna wanna miss today's review. Make sure you stay tuned because we're gonna do a try on, what's in my bag, and all that good stuff to see if this bag would be right for you. All right, friends, we're jumping in today's video to do a review and overview of the Louis Vuitton Totally PM. This bag is such a beautiful piece, and I think that this is something you might really enjoy in your collection. We're gonna talk about some things to look for, where to find the heat stamp and date code if it would have that on it, and all of that. So first off, I wanted to just preface this by saying this is the smallest size in the Totally. We see that there's a PM, an MM, and a GM. This, even though it's a good size everyday bag, this is the smallest size in this collection. So that's just something to be aware of. As we see the different sizes, I know sometimes it can be tricky when we hear PM and we think it should be a small bag, and sometimes we still see that it is a good size. So this bag is a really good size for every day. It is very comfortable to carry for most all body frames. We see that it has the thicker straps, but not super thick. So it's a little bit thicker, or a little bit thinner actually, than like the line with the Mezzio, Piano. It's a little bit thinner than those, just a hair thinner, but it is thicker than like what we see on the Neverfull. So you have a great size for comfort here, and the double strap, which I love. It's very easy to use. We also see that full closure for the zipper. You guys, this is such a great option for a tote if you need that privacy, or you want to be able to close the tote, which makes it really awesome, honestly, for everyday or mom bag or whatever. And those side pockets. You guys, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I had to bring these up because the side pockets, it has two. So these side pockets are perfect for your phone or keys. I've used different size Totallys, and all of them have been great with those side pockets, regardless of which size you choose. I really do like that. And I honestly used one when my kids were little as a mom bag for a while, and that was kind of a lifesaver. I was gonna say, we had the little passy containers, and I would actually stick them. They could go on the side as well. So you had those at arm's reach as soon as you need them, which was so good as a young mom. This bag does have some piping on it, so you know, if you're looking on the pre-loved market, you can kind of keep an eye out for if that's exposed or coming undone. But this has softer corners, so you don't have any of those harsh cuts on the bag and corners to watch out for. So it's a really easygoing bag, and it has a nice slouch to it, which I love. This one actually is a newer style in the Totally. So with the Totally, when it came out, we see that it had actually the original model that had more of a round or oval shape to the hardware on the handles. And we can tell that this one's a little bit newer before we even go into date code or anything, just by checking out the hardware on here. This one actually has more of a square shape to it, and that indicates that this was a little bit newer of a style. Now, we do see that some of them over time, if you put too many heavy things in it, excuse me, that is one area mainly on the older style where we saw the wear and tear. Now on the interior, you guys are going to love this. When we do the what's in my bag, I will give you a close-up view of this, but this is so functional. It has a larger side pocket on this side, which again could fit your phone. Mine slides in nicely, so if I want to put it in the bag, I can find it really easily. But then on the other side, we have those two compartments, and I love these flush compartments because I don't feel like I have to use them, but if I wanted to put gum or some chapstick or my phone on that other side, I don't lose it. And we can use organizers, and again, if you want to use a base shaper organizer, absolutely can do that. I will have those linked in the description. Make sure you check those out, along with my Amazon favorites that I have to have in my bags, or always have in my bag. I guess I don't have to have them. I love having them. So check out my favorites over there, but this one is a really great option, and those flush pockets make it so you don't feel like you have to put your items in there, but if you want to be able to grab them easily, it even takes it that step farther, and it makes it more easy easier than using the organizer for me. And I can just find my items and go. And, you know, especially in the winter when I'm wanting my chapstick or, like I said, my phone in there, it makes it really easy because if it's snowing or raining, I tend to not use the exterior pockets because I don't want, you know, it to get wet on the charger, etc. But that is a really great option for this. Like I said, it does have that full zipper closure, and you see the end tabs on either side. So this is actually not on this one, on this other one, where you're gonna find your heat stamp. So the heat stamp is on this end tab, as well as the interior. If you have one of the newer styles, you will find, let's see if we can see it. We'll get there. All right, see maybe this little tag inside where it says made in and the materials. So it might say that it's made in the US, but that's where you're going to find the heat stamp. Now, friends, for date code, this is one of the most notorious bags for finding the date code. And it's going to be along inside. Let's see if we can show you here. The seam here, inside the pocket, and you kind of have to pull it down a little bit, and it's in there along the side. I would honestly suggest, if you're looking for the date code or you need to find the one on your bag, to use like your flashlight or a flashlight on your phone and do that. You can also turn on like the flash on your phone and go to take the picture and kind of zoom in and then use the flash, and that kind of helps. But it is a very, very tricky one to find, and sometimes how they actually got it sewn in the seam can be so snug that you almost have to part the seam to be able to find the date code. So it's just something to be aware of. It can be super, super tricky to try to find in this bag, but I think this is going to be one that you're going to really, really love. So let's go ahead and do a try on, see what's in the bag, what fits, and check it out. All right, let's check out what is in the Louis Vuitton Totally PM. This is the smallest one in the collection, but it is still small but mighty. So like I said, the side pouches are a great option for your phone, keys, wallet, and for your sunglasses. I will show you how I do that as well. But if you see inside, I have it all laid out. Use some of the side pockets, use some of the inside, and I still have a good amount of room. Let's just dive in and see what all fits in here. First, I have my cell phone. I do have that little tag that came with the bag still in there. My cell phone, and I wanted to show you too how that fits in the side. These side compartments hold a good amount, so it fits in there no problem whatsoever. I also want to show you really quick how I guess we could do this side, whichever side, it doesn't matter, they're the same, but how the sunglasses fit in there, because during the summer, or if I'm going to be using them a lot on and off, I like to stick, like I might do my phone and my sunglasses in either side. That way I can just kind of get to them easier. So I do like to do that. Phone, sunglasses, keys. If you know, I've had this key pouch probably for way too long. I did switch between another one, but then I went back to this one just, I don't know, because I loved it. You know, old faithful kind of thing. Chapstick. In the main bag, I have some toddlers still, so I'm always taking an extra pair of pants and shirt. Okay, so right now I'm using this vintage pouch as my wallet, which it honestly has been kind of hectic because everything's shoved in there, but I just think it's so cute. So that's what I'm using right now. The 6-key key holder is just for those keys that I have to have with me, so I always have that. The manicure kit, you guys, if you don't have one of these in your bag, I would suggest you get one. It's really handy, but that one's almost wore to death. I've had it in there forever and it's just so helpful. All right, so some mints, bar, package of Kleenex. I also have a hair clip. I don't know if that's even gonna show you. It's got like this stickies on. I love that one. And the Toiletry 15. If you guys have not gotten a Toiletry 15, you need to. So a PM pouch or the Toiletry 15 are so great for transferring your stuff in different bags. I put everything in this, and this I've about wore to death as well. It's a vintage one, but I have all different types of lip stuff. I have Listerine strips, electrolytes, hair ties, perfume, just everything fits in this little pouch, and then I can just zip it shut and transfer it between bags. And this even fits in my Monsu and some other bags and crossbodies and pochette métis and so much more. So you can just easily transfer that, and I love that. But this is what all fits in the bag. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If you want to check out, there's those side pockets that sit flush, and then this other larger one. I absolutely love those in this bag. It makes it really, really easy. And the zipper is super wide. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I would love to be able to help you out and help you pick one. Like I said, you can absolutely add a base shaper or an organizer to it to give it some more structure, but then you will lose a little slouch at the bottom. but I think you'll still really, really enjoy this piece. So let me know if you have any questions, and let's get to the try on. All right, friends, so we're going to go ahead and try on the Louis Vuitton Totally PM. Like I said, this is the smallest size in this collection, and it is actually a really good tote bag. This is a great size for every day, or if you just need a little bit extra and those essentials. It fits really, really cute, and for reference, I am 5 foot 5 inches. I love that this sits really comfortably on the shoulder, and it has a nice slouch to it without being super slouchy. If you also would like a little bit more shape, you can always do the base shaper or the organizer, and that adds some to it, but it sits really, really comfortably. It has those double straps at the top, and I absolutely love that. So one thing to keep in mind is if you add the organizer or the base shaper, you're gonna have a little bit more structure, not only built into the bag, but also coming up on your arm. The organizer usually isn't too high up, it's about halfway, so it still sits very comfortably on your arm, but I absolutely love that. So let me know in the comments below, which size would you guys pick? Do you find that this is a good everyday size for you, or is it still too big or too small? Let me know. I always love hearing from you all. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I love when you get to come check out a great handbag with me and all that good stuff. So if you enjoy authentic luxury handbags, great podcast, and more, make sure you like and subscribe. You guys joining me here means so much, and I'm so grateful for you. So until next time, bye, friends.